She's a music journalist, but she became a legend. In the world of music, there are performers, there are commentators, and then there are those rare individuals who bridge the gap between both worlds. Episode 31 of The Voice introduced audiences to a contestant who did just that. A woman whose career began with reviewing charts, interviewing stars, and critiquing performances, only to find herself standing on the same stage she once observed from the sidelines. What happened next would not only stun the judges, but also transform her from journalist to legend in real time. For years, she had been behind the scenes, analyzing vocal runs, dissecting stagecraft, and writing about the highs and lows of live performance. But on this night, she wasn't reporting, reviewing, or commenting. She was performing. And from the very first note, it was clear. She wasn't just singing, she was claiming a legacy of her own. The arrival, from observer to performer. She walked onto the stage with a quiet confidence that belied her nerves. Journalists are trained to watch, listen, and report without exposing themselves, but tonight she was anything but restrained. Her entrance was elegant and purposeful, her posture impeccable, her eyes scanning the audience with an intensity that spoke volumes. Blake Shelton, instantly intrigued, whispered to John Legend, "You know her background, right? She's written about hundreds of artists. Now she's about to show us what she can do." Legend, eyes widening, replied, "This is going to be fascinating. She's lived this world, but now she's creating it." Kelly Clarkson leaned in, clearly captivated by the transformation. "I love a good twist. Watching someone step from pen to microphone, that's storytelling in its purest form." Fans at home, aware of her journalistic history, immediately drew parallels between her analytical skills and her ability to command the stage. She understood rhythm, phrasing, and audience engagement, not from theory, but from years of observing the best. And now she was bringing that knowledge to life. The song choice, bold and intentional. She selected a song that demanded technical mastery, emotional vulnerability, and undeniable stage presence. Her choice was intentional, a piece she had critiqued countless times in her professional life, one she knew intimately, yet was performing as her own. The irony was not lost on anyone. The critic had become the subject. Blake Shelton nodded knowingly. "It's bold to pick a song you've critiqued. That shows confidence and self-awareness." John Legend added, "And it's risky. Every nuance we've analyzed before, every word we've dissected, you're performing it now. There's no safety net." Kelly Clarkson smiled, "And yet I can already tell she's going to make it her own." The performance begins. Precision meets passion. From the opening note, it was evident she wasn't relying on luck. Every phrase was measured, every note deliberate. Yet despite the technical precision, there was undeniable passion. Her voice soared with clarity, dipped into husky undertones at just the right moments, and carried emotional weight that only someone who has lived through music could convey. The judges leaned in, their expressions a mix of admiration and surprise. Shelton muttered, "She knows exactly what she's doing, but she's making it feel effortless." Letton nodded, "This is artistry born from knowledge, experience, and heart. It's rare." Clarkson's eyes glimmered with admiration. "You can tell she's lived these songs, not just learned them. That's what makes it unforgettable." The live audience was spellbound. Every breath, every subtle gesture drew them in, transforming the theater into a vessel for her story. She wasn't just performing. She was narrating her journey, her understanding of music, and her transformation from critic to legend. Stagecraft, commanding presence. Owning a stage requires more than a voice. She moved with intent, using the space as an extension of her expression. Every step, turn, and hand gesture was calculated yet natural, perfectly timed to enhance the song's emotional arc. Shelton, a seasoned judge with decades of experience, commented, "Stagecraft is learned, but she's turned it into instinct. That's the difference between someone who performs and someone who owns the moment." Legend added, "She's intuitive. She reads the space, the audience, the camera. It's like she's conducting the entire performance, not just singing." Kelly Clarkson, ever passionate about connecting with emotion, nodded, "That's what makes legends. You don't just stand there and sing. You inhabit the story, you pull the audience in, and you make them feel every note." Emotional resonance, storytelling through song. What truly set her apart was her ability to connect emotionally. Every note carried intention, reflecting personal experiences, professional insight, and profound empathy. It wasn't just vocal performance, it was storytelling at its finest. Fans on social media instantly recognized the depth. Tweets flooded in. "She doesn't just perform, she educates, she inspires, she conquers." Watching a journalist become a legend in real time, surreal, and every note feels like a masterclass in emotion and technique. Within minutes, hashtags such as Voice Legend, From Journalist to Star, and The Voice Journey 31 trended worldwide. Judges' feedback, awe, and humor. The judges' reactions were a mix of admiration, disbelief, and humor. Shelton, always quick with a witty comment, "I've critiqued a lot of performers in my life, but now I feel like I've been schooled by one of my own kind." Legend laughed, "This is why we watch. This is not just singing, it's transformation on stage." Kelly Clarkson's voice quivered slightly with emotion. "You've made us all feel something tonight. That's what legends do." Their praise was heartfelt and genuine. There was no exaggeration, no hyperbole, just authentic recognition of a performance that transcended technical skill and entered the realm of cultural impact. Behind the scenes, the journey to the stage.
Few viewers realize the preparation behind such a transformative performance. She spent months honing not just her vocal abilities, but also her stage presence, emotional delivery, and storytelling. Years of writing about music had given her insight, but translating that into action required courage, discipline, and vulnerability. "I've spent my career studying how artists move, breathe, and sing," she later revealed. "But it's one thing to analyze, it's another to inhabit the art yourself." Tonight was about embracing that leap. The production crew shared similar admiration. "She understood every detail, every angle, every note," one member said. "The confidence she exudes isn't just talent, it's intelligence, preparation, and lived experience combined." Audience engagement, a collective experience. The live audience responded viscerally. Gasps, applause, and tears punctuated the performance, creating a collective emotional arc. By the song's conclusion, standing ovations erupted, and many viewers were openly moved. Fans at home mirrored these reactions. Social media platforms were flooded with posts praising her courage, talent, and the emotional weight of the performance. Memes and GIFs captured the judges' expressions, while commentary threads dissected every note, gesture, and facial expression. One particular viral tweet read, "From journalist to legend in one performance. I'm not crying, you're crying." Another shared, "She taught us what it means to know music inside out and still make it feel alive." The judges' table, real-time awe. Throughout the performance, the judges were visibly engaged. Shelton leaned back, mouth slightly open, as Legend covered his face in astonishment. Clarkson's hands clasped the table, clearly moved. Their reactions became an extension of the performance itself, reflecting the impact of witnessing someone mastered both knowledge and execution. Moments of humor also peppered the commentary. Shelton, in playful amazement, whispered, "Do we give her a trophy now or wait until the end?" Legend chuckled, "I think she's earned one for each note." Clarkson laughed through tears, "And maybe a standing ovation for bravery, too." Fan theories and speculation. The contestant's performance ignited a wave of speculation. Could her dual perspective as journalist and performer give her an edge in future rounds? Was this the beginning of a new era where music insiders translate observation into artistry? Fans debated endlessly, generating fan art, reaction videos, and speculation about her potential victory. Some joked that she had inside knowledge of every performance technique, but the consensus remained clear. Her ability to combine insight, empathy, and raw talent created a performance that was both instructive and inspirational. Cultural resonance. Beyond the competition, her story resonated with viewers as a narrative of transformation. It highlighted themes of courage, resilience, and the idea that understanding an art form deeply can lead to mastery. Young performers, particularly aspiring journalists with musical ambitions, praised her for showing that knowledge and talent could converge into something legendary. Her performance sparked discussions on the intersection of observation and execution, emphasizing that expertise doesn't just come from doing, it comes from deeply understanding and then daring to step into the spotlight. Judges' final verdict and aftermath. When it came time for decisions, the judges were unanimous. Shelton praised her mastery of presence, Legend applauded her emotional intelligence, and Clarkson highlighted her transformative journey from commentator to performer. Their votes were a testament not just to skill, but to the intangible charisma and courage she brought to the stage. Fans erupted in celebration. Clips of the performance, along with judges' reactions, dominated social media, trending on platforms globally. The story of a music journalist who became a legend was now firmly etched into the Voice history. Reflection, the journey from observer to legend. In interviews after the episode, she reflected on the unique nature of her journey. "Being a journalist gave me insight into music, but performing gave me life," she said. "Tonight I realized that knowing music is powerful, but experiencing it, feeling it, and owning it, that's transformative." Her humility, combined with her confidence, made her triumph all the more inspiring. She wasn't seeking accolades, she was seeking authenticity, connection, and the chance to share her voice with the world, and in that she succeeded beyond measure. Conclusion. Episode 31 of The Voice Journey will be remembered as the night a music journalist transcended observation and became legend. She didn't just sing, she transformed knowledge into artistry, critique into expression, and observation into performance. Judges, audiences, and fans alike witnessed a rare phenomenon, a performer who understood music on every level and wielded that understanding with heart, precision, and courage. Her legacy on the stage is not just about talent, but about the audacity to step beyond commentary, embrace vulnerability, and claim her rightful place as a legend in her own right. From the first note to the final ovation, she proved that mastery is not just about technical skill, it's about presence, understanding, and the courage to turn insight into brilliance. She didn't just sing, she became legend.